Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about a philosophy that has the power to transform your life. The idea of outworking everyone and achieving the impossible. We live in a world that loves shortcuts, that celebrates overnight success, but deep down we know that true success, the kind that stands the test of time, is built on sweat, persistence, and relentless effort. Outworking everyone means adopting a mindset of excellence. It means deciding that you are willing to put in the time and effort to outlast the competition and to keep moving forward when others quit. It's about understanding that nothing of true value comes easy. I know some of you are sitting there thinking, what if I'm not as talented? Well, let me tell you something. Outworking everyone is often far more important than talent. Talent can only take you so far, but perseverance, discipline, and grit will carry you to the places others deem impossible. Remember this, the impossible is only impossible until someone does it. And who's going to do it? You are. Not because you are better, but because you are willing to give more. You are willing to do what others aren't. You are willing to go the extra mile when everyone else quits at mile 1. To outwork everyone is to make a commitment to yourself. It's about taking responsibility for your future, no matter the circumstances. The journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. The rewards come to those who are relentless in their pursuit of excellence. So, ask yourself today, what's your level of commitment? Are you ready to outwork everyone? Are you ready to achieve the impossible? Let's make that choice. Together, we can reach the heights that others only dream about. Let's outwork everyone and achieve the impossible. Success is no accident. It's the result of disciplined effort over time. If you can't commit to consistent action, you'll always fall short of your goals. Talent is a gift, but it's effort that creates success. Your ability to outwork others will always give you the upper hand over talent that's unused. It's not about how fast you go, it's about how long you can keep going. In the long run, persistence beats talent and intelligence every time. To achieve the impossible, you must first raise your standards. If you want to achieve what others can't, you have to be willing to do what others won't. If you want to stand out, it's simple. Be the hardest worker in the room. Show up early, stay late, and give more than anyone expects. When you face adversity, don't back down. Use it as fuel to work harder, smarter, and with more determination than ever before. The journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency in effort, attitude, and action is the key to achieving your goals. The impossible is just a challenge waiting for someone bold enough to tackle it. Welcome challenges because they are the stepping stones to your greatness. Discipline is the bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to go. It's the foundation of success because without it, all the talent and dreams in the world won't matter. Discipline is the ability to make the right choices consistently, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's easier to do nothing. It's waking up early when you'd rather stay in bed. It's putting in the work when nobody's watching and sticking to your commitments, even when the excitement has worn off. You see, anyone can start something, but it's the disciplined person who finishes. It's the disciplined person who reaches the finish line when others have already quit. Success isn't a one-time event or a stroke of luck. It's the sum of your daily decisions, your daily actions. It's the habit of showing up, of working towards your goal every single day, no matter how small the progress might seem at the time. When discipline becomes your way of life, you start to see that the results are not random. They are inevitable. Success begins to stack up, one disciplined choice after another. It's about knowing that the work you do today will pay off in the long run, even if the rewards aren't immediate. While others look for shortcuts or complain about the hard work, you keep going because you understand the principle. Success is a journey, and discipline is the vehicle that takes you there. If you can master discipline, there's nothing that can stop you. Because when you combine it with vision, purpose, and a relentless desire to succeed, you begin to create momentum. And once momentum is on your side, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Discipline isn't just about self-control. It's about choosing to build your future, one action at a time. So don't underestimate the power of discipline. It's the bridge that will take you from where you are to where you're destined to be. Talent is a gift, but it's not the guarantee of success. Talent alone doesn't get you very far unless you put in the effort to develop it. You see, there are people with extraordinary natural abilities, But if they don't back that talent up with hard work, persistence, and a willingness to learn, they'll find themselves stuck. Talent can give you a head start, but it's consistency, effort, and discipline that push you across the finish line. Talent can help you exert pressure, but it's consistency, effort, and discipline that push you across the finish line. In fact, you'll often find that the hardest workers are the ones who succeed, not necessarily the ones with the most raw talent. Hard work and perseverance can turn a lack of talent into a winning advantage. It's the person who refuses to quit, who keeps learning, who keeps growing, who ends up achieving what others can only dream of. Talent might get you noticed, but it's your work ethic that keeps you in the game. The best athletes, the best entrepreneurs, the best leaders, they all have talent, yes, but they've also built on that talent through years of grinding, improving, failing, and trying again. They understand that talent is only the starting point, not the destination. So, if you're looking at someone who's successful and thinking they're just naturally gifted, you might want to reconsider. More often than not, they're successful because they've worked tirelessly to develop and refine their talent, and because they've outworked the competition. Don't let your lack of natural ability hold you back. Instead, focus on what you can control, the effort, the work. Talent doesn't guarantee success, but the willingness to outwork everyone else, that's a winning formula. Keep in mind that success isn't handed out based on how gifted you are. It's earned by how hard you're willing to work. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate. It's the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who give up when things get tough. The road to success is rarely straight or smooth. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments when the path seems impossible. And in those moments, it's persistence that makes the difference. Most people think that success happens in a flash, that it's a moment of brilliance or a lucky break. But the truth is, success is built over time through persistence, determination, and a refusal to quit. The people who make it aren't necessarily the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else has given up. They understand that every failure, every mistake is simply part of the process. It's not a reason to stop, but a reason to keep moving forward. Persistence doesn't mean working harder for longer hours without strategy. It means working strategically, staying committed to your purpose, and continuing even when things aren't going your way. It's about showing up day after day, even when the results aren't immediate. It's about knowing that you're building something that takes time and having the patience and the courage to keep working towards it. There will be moments when you feel discouraged, when you question whether it's worth it. Those are the moments when persistence becomes your most valuable asset. Because in those moments, when you push through, when you refuse to quit, you create momentum. Momentum is a powerful thing. It turns small actions into big results. It turns doubts into confidence, and it turns failures into stepping stones toward your success. Burnout and fear of failure will take you down more often than the gain as you avoid the pressure, the conditional lose for a better you. If you can master the art of persistence, you will see that no dream is too big, no goal is out of reach. Every great achievement requires it. The ability to keep moving forward in the face of adversity, to maintain your belief in your mission, and to keep taking action no matter what. This is what will lead you to success. Don't let the roadblocks stop you. Let them fuel you, because in the end, persistence always wins. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you first have to set extraordinary standards. Too many people settle for mediocrity because they've never made the decision to raise the bar. They're content with doing just enough, getting by, or meeting the bare minimum. But success doesn't come to those who do just enough. It comes to those who demand more of themselves, who set standards so high that the average person would never even think of reaching for them. The reality is, we often live up to the standards we set for ourselves. If you set the bar low, that's all you'll ever reach. But when you raise the bar, when you demand excellence from yourself, you force yourself to grow, to push your limits, and to do things you never thought possible. It's about refusing to accept anything less than your best in everything you do. Setting higher standards is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about challenging yourself to be better today than you were yesterday. And here's the thing, when you set high standards, you start to attract better opportunities, better people, and better results. People will notice that you don't settle for average, that you expect the best from yourself and from others. This becomes a magnet for success. People will bring you anything you fasten them on. But raising your standards doesn't come easy. It requires discipline, focus, and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. It means rejecting excuses and shortcuts and choosing to do the work even when it's hard. When you set higher standards, you will face resistance, but understand this. Resistance is a sign that you're on the right path. It means you're pushing beyond your limits, breaking through barriers and growing in ways you didn't know were possible. The greatest achievers in life are those who have consistently raised the bar. They refused to settle for the status quo. They looked at their potential and said, I know I can do more. I can be better. They didn't wait for life to push them. They pushed themselves. And when you decide to raise your standards, you are taking control of your future, shaping your destiny, and committing to living a life that reflects your highest potential. So today, ask yourself, what are your standards? Are they high enough? If you want to achieve the extraordinary, you have to be willing to set extraordinary standards. And once you do, you'll find that the impossible becomes possible. And what once seemed out of reach is now within your grasp. If you want to stand out in any field, there's one rule that never fails. Become the hardest worker in the room. It doesn't matter what your natural abilities are or how much talent you have. What matters is the level of effort you're willing to put in. Talent can give you a head start, but hard work is what keeps you in the race. You can't rely on talent alone to carry you to the top. It's the person who is consistently working harder than everyone else who rises above the rest. Being the hardest worker means you are willing to put in the extra hours when others have clocked out. It means you're pushing yourself beyond the comfort zone while others are looking for shortcuts. It's about being the first one to show up and the last one to leave. When everyone else is sitting back waiting for something to happen, you are taking action. It's easy to be good when things are easy, but the real measure of greatness is how you show up when the going gets tough. The hardest worker isn't just working harder, they're working smarter. They're constantly learning, improving, and seeking out ways to do things better. They don't rest on their laurels or wait for someone to hand them an opportunity. They create their own opportunities through relentless effort and persistence. When you become the hardest worker in the room, something incredible happens. People start to take notice. They see your commitment, your consistency, and your drive. They may even start to wonder how you keep going when others can't keep up. And that's when the doors begin to open. Success starts to follow the person who is willing to outwork everyone else. Being the hardest worker isn't about showing off or seeking praise. It's about making a personal commitment to excellence. It's about having the courage to do what others won't, to go where others won't, and to put in the effort that others shy away from. If you want to rise above the competition, you have to be willing to outwork them day in and day out. You have to show up with the mindset that no one will outwork you. No one will outlast you, and no one will have the same level of dedication to the work you do. When you do that, you'll discover that success doesn't just come, it's inevitable. It's a result of your work ethic, your determination, and your refusal to settle for anything less than your best. So, don't wait for success to find you. Go out and become the hardest worker in the room, and success will find you. Setbacks are a natural part of the journey to success. No one achieves anything of significance without facing challenges along the way. The question is, how do you respond when life throws a curveball? Do you let setbacks define you, or do you turn them into fuel that drives you forward? When things don't go as planned, when you fail or face disappointment, that's when you have a choice. You can either let the setback stop you, or you can use it as motivation to work even harder. The truth is, setbacks are not obstacles. They are opportunities in disguise. They test your resolve, and they give you the chance to grow, learn, and become stronger. The key is to change your mindset. Instead of looking at a setback as a sign that you're on the wrong path, see it as a lesson. Every failure, every disappointment is a valuable experience that teaches you something important. When you shift your perspective, setbacks lose their power over you. Instead of feeling defeated, you start to feel determined. You realize that the road to success isn't a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and bumps. But those bumps are what shape you into the person who can handle bigger challenges down the road. Great achievers don't let setbacks discourage them. They let them fuel their determination. They use the pain of failure as a catalyst for action. When they face adversity, they don't waste time complaining about how unfair it is or how hard it is. They use the energy from those tough moments to push themselves further, to dig deeper, and to work smarter. They take what could have been a defeat and turn it into the very thing that propels them forward. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have faced the toughest setbacks, but instead of quitting, they embrace those challenges. They use their failures to build their strength, sharpen their focus, and deepen their commitment to their goals. The pain of the setback becomes the fuel for their next breakthrough. So, when you face a setback, don't see it as the end. See it as the beginning of something greater. Let the frustration and disappointment propel you to work harder, to learn more, and to push past your limits. The stronger your setbacks, the greater your comeback will be. Use every failure as a stepping stone, because ultimately, setbacks are just temporary. Your determination, fueled by the lessons you learn, is what will carry you to success. What is this phrase you're telling me all the time? Consistency is the hidden force behind every success story. It's not the dramatic moments of brilliance that carry you to your goal. It's the steady, reliable effort you put in every single day. Too many people want to win in a hurry, expecting quick results with little sustained effort. But the truth is, success doesn't come in bursts of energy or with one big push. It's the slow, steady progress that wins the race. It's the person who consistently shows up day after day, putting in the work, that eventually achieves the breakthrough. When you commit to consistency, you're not just looking for results in the short term, you're building a foundation for long-term success. Success, as you'll soon learn, is more about showing up than it is about raw talent or moments of brilliance. There will be days when you don't feel like working, when the results are slow to show up, and when doubt creeps in. But if you stay consistent, if you continue putting in the effort regardless of how you feel, you will get there. Think about it. The person who consistently works on their craft, even when no one is watching, will outpace the person who only works hard when it feels convenient or exciting. It's the small, daily actions that compound over time to create extraordinary results. 1 hour of focused effort every day, multiplied over months and years, will surpass a few intense bursts of effort that lack consistency. Consistency also builds momentum. The more you do something, the easier it becomes. Each action, no matter how small, adds to the foundation of your success. And as you keep showing up day after day, your confidence grows, your skills improve, and the results start to take shape. It's easy to get distracted by shiny new opportunities or jump from one idea to the next when things feel slow. But the people who win, the ones who achieve greatness, are those who stick with their vision, who put in the time, and who refuse to be swayed by the distractions. Consistency teaches you patience. It teaches you the value of showing up, even when the finish line seems far away. At the end of the day, the secret to achieving any goal is simple. Show up. Put in the work. Do it every day, no matter what. Over time, your consistent effort will pay off, and you'll find that you've achieved what once seemed impossible. It's not about working harder than everyone else. It's about working longer, smarter, and more consistently. Remember, consistency wins the race every time. Challenges are not something to avoid, they are something to embrace. Most people try to dodge difficulties, hoping for an easy path. But the reality is, it's the challenges in life that shape you, teach you, and ultimately bring out the best in you. If everything were easy, if success came without struggle, it wouldn't mean as much. The challenges you face today are the very things that prepare you for the success you'll enjoy tomorrow. Success you'll enjoy tomorrow. When you choose to embrace challenges, you shift your perspective. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you begin to see them as opportunities to grow. Each challenge is a test of your character, your resilience, and your determination. It's through these tests that you become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The people who succeed are the ones who are willing to face adversity head on, rather than backing down or giving up when things get tough. Here's the thing, challenges are inevitable. They will come whether you like it or not. The question is, how will you handle them? Will you run from them, or will you stand firm, ready to take them on? The greatest successes in life are built on overcoming challenges, not avoiding them. The person who is always looking for an easy path will miss the lessons and growth that come from struggling through hard times. On the other hand, the person who embraces challenges welcomes the growth, the strength, and the wisdom that comes from pushing through. Don't fear difficulties. Instead, welcome them. When challenges arise, remind yourself that you have the power to face them, to learn from them, and to use them as stepping stones to your greater future. Every obstacle you overcome adds to your experience and sharpens your skills. When you embrace challenges, you change the way you see yourself. You start to realize that you are capable of more than you ever thought. You realize that no matter what comes your way, you have the strength and the determination to find a solution, to keep going, and to come out on the other side stronger than before. Challenges don't make you weaker, they make you stronger. They don't defeat you, they prepare you. They don't stop your progress, they propel you forward. So don't shy away from the tough moments. Don't wish for an easier life. Instead, embrace the challenges that come your way, and you'll see that with every obstacle you face, you are building a foundation for even greater success. The more you embrace challenges, the more you discover just how unstoppable you really are. Self-belief is one of the most powerful tools you can possess. It's the inner conviction that no matter what comes your way, you have the strength, the ability, and the resilience to overcome it. Without self-belief, success is a distant dream. But when you truly believe in yourself, you unlock a force that can carry you through the toughest of times and push you towards your biggest goals. Here's the thing, everything starts with belief. If you don't believe you can achieve something, you'll never take the actions necessary to make it happen. You'll hold yourself back, second-guess your decisions, and let doubt take root in your mind. But when you believe in yourself, you develop a sense of confidence and certainty that drives you forward. You start taking action, making decisions, and pushing yourself to do more than you ever thought possible. Self-belief doesn't mean you won't face challenges or moments of doubt. It means that, despite those challenges, you trust in your ability to figure it out. You know that you can learn, grow, and adapt along the way. It's the foundation of persistence. When things get tough, instead of giving up, you remind yourself that you are capable. You know that every failure is just a lesson, not the end of the road. Believing in yourself is the key to unlocking your potential. If you don't see yourself as capable of achieving greatness, you'll never take the steps needed to get there. It's like trying to drive somewhere without a map. You might know where you want to go, but if you don't believe you can get there, you won't even start the journey. But when you have self-belief, you move with purpose, and you stay focused on the end goal, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to your destination. Remember, others may not always see your potential. They may doubt you, question your abilities, or tell you that you can't do it. But none of that matters if you have belief in yourself. The opinions of others are irrelevant when you know deep down that you're capable of achieving greatness. Self-belief will keep you moving forward when others are pulling back. It will keep you trying when everyone else is quitting. So make the decision today to believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities, believe in your vision, and believe that you are capable of achieving everything you set out to do. When you have this belief, nothing is impossible. The challenges become opportunities, the failures become lessons, and success becomes inevitable. The power of self-belief is the fuel that propels you toward the life you've always dreamed of. Taking full responsibility for your life is the first step to taking control of your future. Most people want to blame their circumstances, their environment, or other people when things don't go their way. But if you want to achieve lasting success, you must stop pointing fingers and start looking inward. It's not the world's fault that you're not where you want to be. It's your responsibility to change that. The truth is, you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Life is full of challenges, but how you react to those challenges determines your outcome. Taking full responsibility means accepting that your choices, your actions, and your mindset have the power to shape your destiny. You stop waiting for someone else to change your situation and start taking ownership of your results. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself. You acknowledge that you have the power to change your circumstances. You stop being a victim and become a creator of your own reality. No more blaming others for your failures. No more making excuses for why things didn't work out. Instead, you look at each situation and ask yourself, what can I do to improve? What could I have done differently? People who refuse to take responsibility often stay stuck in the same cycle of disappointment. They feel helpless, powerless, and constantly at the mercy of their circumstances. But the person who takes full responsibility looks for solutions. They ask, how can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What's the next step? And in doing so, they move closer to their goals each day. Taking responsibility also means accepting the consequences of your actions. If things don't go the way you planned, it's not because of bad luck or unfair circumstances. It's because of the decisions you made along the way. When you accept this, you gain the power to make better decisions going forward. You stop making excuses and you start making progress. When you stop blaming the world and start taking ownership of your life, you open up the possibility for true change. You stop waiting for things to happen and begin making things happen. Success is the result of taking full responsibility for your actions, your growth, and your future. It's about standing up, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm in control. My future is mine to create. The moment you take responsibility for everything in your life, you begin to shape it in ways you never thought possible.